Mr. Joseph smiled warmly and replied, "You can look up to me as a father figure. I'm here for you whenever you need me." The girls were happy with his answer and continued to build a strong bond with him. Equi was grateful for Mr. Joseph's kindness and support. He had not only given them a home, but had also become a source of stability and love. One evening, Mr. Joseph invited Equi out for dinner. He wanted to know more about her and her past. As they sat in a cozy restaurant, enjoying a delicious meal, Mr. Joseph asked gently, "Equi, can you tell me about the triplets' father?" Equi sighed and looked down at her plate. It was a painful topic for her, but she felt she could trust Mr. Joseph. "His name was Amika. We met at a friend's wedding, and I fell in love with him. I thought he loved me too. But after I became pregnant, I found out that he was already married with children. He had lied to me all along. When I confronted him, he told me he couldn't be with me. I was heartbroken and decided to leave and never look back." Mr. Joseph listened intently, feeling sympathy for Equi. "I'm so sorry you had to go through that," he said softly. "You are a strong woman, Equi. You've done an amazing job raising your daughters on your own." Equi smiled faintly, feeling a bit better after sharing her story. "Thank you, Mr. Joseph. It's been hard, but my daughters give me the strength to keep going." They continued to talk and share stories, and over time, they became very good friends. The triplets noticed the growing bond between their mother and Mr. Joseph and would often tease Equi. "Mama, you should marry Mr. Joseph," Amarachi said one day, giggling. "Yes, Mama. He is very nice, and we like him," Onyenyechi added with a smile. Equi blushed and laughed. "Oh, you girls, Mr. Joseph is our friend, and he has been very kind to us. Let's just be grateful for his friendship and support." Mr. Joseph, who was listening nearby, smiled warmly. He had grown fond of Equi and her daughters, and enjoyed being a part of their lives. He knew that their friendship was special, and valued the trust they had placed in him. As they continued to live together, the bond between them grew stronger. Equi felt a sense of peace and happiness that she hadn't felt in a long time. She knew that with Mr. Joseph's support and the love of her daughters, they could face any challenge that came their way. As time went by, Mr. Joseph noticed how dedicated Equi was to her work and her daughter's education. One evening, after the children had gone to bed, he approached her with a thoughtful expression. "Equi," he began gently, "I've been thinking. I want you to go back to school and finish your master's degree." Equi was taken aback. "Oh no, Mr. Joseph, I can't do that. It would be too much of a burden on you. You've already done so much for us." Mr. Joseph smiled reassuringly. "It's just for 2 years, Equi. I promise to support you through it. You deserve this opportunity." "But what about the cost?" "I don't want to add to your responsibilities," Equi said, feeling both grateful and worried. "Please, let me do this for you," Mr. Joseph insisted. "It will not be a burden. I want you to have the chance to achieve your dreams." After much persuasion, Equi finally agreed. "All right, Mr. Joseph, I will go back for my master's degree." The triplets were thrilled with the news. "Mama, we are so proud of you," Omalicha exclaimed. "Yes, Mama, you deserve this," Amarachi added. Onyenyechi hugged her mother tightly. "We will help you with everything, Mama." With Mr. Joseph's encouragement and support, Equi enrolled in a nearby university to pursue her master's degree. Balancing her studies, work, and caring for her daughters was challenging, but she was determined to succeed. The triplets were doing exceptionally well in school, making both their mother and Mr. Joseph proud. One evening, as they all sat down for dinner, Mr. Joseph cleared his throat, looking a bit nervous. "I have something important to ask," he said, standing up. Equi looked at him curiously. "What is it, Mr. Joseph?" He took a deep breath and reached into his pocket, pulling out a small velvet box. "Equi, will you marry me?" he asked, opening the box to reveal a beautiful ring. Ekwi was overwhelmed with emotion. The triplets gasped and then began to beg their mother to say yes. "Mama, please say yes," Omalicha pleaded. "Yes, Mama, we want Mr. Joseph to be our father," Amarachi added. Onyenyechi joined in, her eyes wide with excitement. "Please, Mama." With tears in her eyes, Ekwi nodded. "Yes, Mr. Joseph, I will marry you." Mr. Joseph slipped the ring onto her finger, and they hugged and kissed affectionately. The children squealed with delight, covering their faces and giggling. "It's a joyful moment for all of us," Mr. Joseph said, beaming. "Thank you for accepting the ring, Ekwi. I promise to love you and your daughters forever." They all hugged happily, feeling like a true family. For the first time in a long while, Ekwi felt complete and hopeful for the future. 2 weeks later, Mr. Joseph came home with a friend. To Ekwi's shock, it was Emeka, the triplets' father. Her heart raced as memories of the past flooded back. She was so overwhelmed that she ran inside, tears streaming down her face. Mr. Joseph looked at Emeka, confused by Ekwi's reaction. "Do you know her?" he asked. Emeka, equally shocked, shook his head slowly. I don't know. This is so unexpected." Mr. Joseph went to Ekwi's room and found her crying. He sat beside her, gently holding her hand. "Ekwi, please tell me. Do you know Emeka?" Through her tears, Ekwi nodded. "Yes, Joseph. He is the triplets' father." Mr. Joseph's face hardened with anger. He stormed back to the living room, his eyes blazing. Without a word, he punched Emeka hard in the face. Emeka stumbled back, stunned. "Get out of my house!" Mr. Joseph shouted. "I don't want to see you here ever again!" Emeka, nursing his bruised face, quickly left the house, not daring to look back. Mr. Joseph returned to Ekwi's room, his heart aching for her. He took her in his arms, comforting her as she cried. "I promise you, Ekwi, I will protect you and the children. You don't have to worry about Emeka anymore." Ekwi looked up at him, her eyes filled with gratitude and love. "Thank you, Joseph. I don't know what I would do without you." "We are a family now," Mr. Joseph said softly, "and I will do everything I can to keep us safe and happy." The triplets, sensing something was wrong, came into the room and hugged their mother and Mr. Joseph. Together, they reassured Ekwi, promising to stand by her no matter what. In that moment, surrounded by her daughters and Mr. Joseph, Ekwi felt a profound sense of peace. Despite the shock of seeing Emeka again, she knew she had a strong, loving family who would support her through anything. And with that, they all moved forward, closer than ever, ready to face whatever challenges came their way. Days later, Emeka returned to Mr. Joseph's house. He stood at the door, looking weary and remorseful. Mr. Joseph opened the door and regarded him with a mixture of caution and curiosity. "Please, may I speak to Ekwi?" Emeka asked, his voice trembling. Mr. Joseph hesitated for a moment but then nodded. "All right, but this is your last chance. If you cause any trouble, you'll have to leave for good." Emeka nodded, his eyes filled with regret. "Thank you." Mr. Joseph called Ekwi into the living room. She entered, her heart pounding with a mix of anger and apprehension. She took a seat, and Mr. Joseph sat beside her, offering silent support. "Ekwi, I want to apologize," Emeka began, his voice cracking. "I know I hurt you deeply, and I am truly sorry. I was a fool, and I have regretted my actions every day since. Please forgive me." Ekwi took a deep breath, her emotions swirling. "You caused me so much pain, Emeka. You abandoned me when I needed you the most." Emeka lowered his head in shame. "I know, and I am deeply sorry. I have no excuse for what I did, but I need to know, did you keep the pregnancy?" Ekwi nodded and called her 3 daughters into the room. "These are our daughters, Omalicha, Amarachi, and Onyenyechi. They are the product of that pregnancy." Emeka's eyes widened in shock. He looked at the girls, tears streaming down his face. I can't believe it. Please forgive me. I was wrong. I want to be a part of their lives, if you'll let me." Ekwe took a moment to compose herself. She looked at her daughters, then back at Emeka. "These are your daughters, Emeka. But you must understand that you can't just walk back into their lives. They need time. Until they are grown and can make their own decisions, they will stay with us." The triplets were surprised but curious. They looked at Emeka and then at their mother. "Mama, is he really our father?" Omalicha asked. "Yes, he is," Ekwe confirmed. "But he made many mistakes. I want you to forgive him, but understand that we need to move forward carefully." The girls hesitated for a moment, then approached Emeka. They hugged him, their emotions mixed but genuine. Emeka wept openly, holding them close. "Thank you for forgiving me," he whispered. Emeka turned to Mr. Joseph and Ekwe. "I appreciate your honesty and forgiveness. Thank you, Joseph, for showing them love and care." Mr. Joseph nodded. "Take care of yourself, Emeka. Let's hope this is a step towards healing." After Emeka left, Mr. Joseph embraced Ekwe. "Thank you for your good heart, Ekwe. It takes strength to forgive." Ekwe smiled, tears in her eyes. "I couldn't have done it without you, Joseph. Thank you for being my rock." Later that evening, Ekwe sat down with her daughters and explained everything that had happened. "Emeka is your biological father. He made mistakes, but he is sorry. It's important to forgive, but also to be cautious." The triplets listened intently, their expressions thoughtful. "We understand, Mama. We will be careful," Amarachi said. "We forgive him, but we know you and Mr. Joseph are here for us," Onyenyechi added. Finally, the day of Ekwe and Mr. Joseph's wedding arrived. It was a grand ceremony, filled with joy and celebration. Ekwe looked stunning in her dress, and Mr. Joseph couldn't take his eyes off her. "You look beautiful," he whispered, taking her hand. "And you look handsome," Ekwe replied with a smile. The triplets were bridesmaids, beaming with pride as they watched their mother marry the man who had become their true father figure. Friends and family gathered to celebrate the union, and there was not a dry eye during the vows. Months later, Ekwe and Joseph welcomed twin boys into their family. They named them Daniel and David, and the house was filled with even more love and laughter. The triplets adored their baby brothers, helping to care for them and playing with them. The family was complete, and their home was a place of warmth and happiness. Despite the challenges they had faced, Ekwe, Joseph, and their children lived happily ever after, cherishing each other and the love that bound them together. With forgiveness and new beginnings, they found the strength to build a beautiful future. This story teaches us about forgiveness and love. Ekwe had a hard time because Emeka, the father of her triplets, left her. But she didn't give up. She worked hard and took care of her daughters with the help of Mr. Joseph, a kind man who became their friend, and later, part of their family. When Emeka came back, Ekwe was very sad and angry, but she chose to forgive him. Forgiving someone doesn't mean forgetting what they did, but it helps heal the heart. Ekwe also showed us that family is not just about who is related by blood, but also about who cares and loves us. Mr. Joseph showed great kindness by supporting Ekwe and her daughters. He encouraged Ekwe to go back to school and proposed to her, making their family stronger and happier. From this story, we learn that it is important to work hard, forgive others, and appreciate the people who love and support us. Thank you for watching this story on Afro Tales TV. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, leave us a comment, and share with friends and family. We have more beautiful stories coming your way, so subscribe and stay tuned. See you in the next one.